Look, wanting to discern what God has for you next is fine. It's healthy. It's admirable. It's commendable. It's wonderful. And I can't think of any more adjectives to give you. It's great. But getting yourself into spiritual frenzy in trying to discern the will of God. I want to know the will of God. I want to know the will of God. And you go from counselor to counselor, advisor to advisor, friend to friend, and frantically trying to find out what the will of God is. That's wrong. That is immature, and it is spiritually unhealthy. You see, living in fear is not the will of God for you, period. But living in fear, lest you're going to bring upon yourself spiritual ruin because you missed out on God's perfect plan for your life, that is not of God. That is not of God. Let me give you a common scenario that many of you will identify with this. I identify with this in certain stages in my Christian walk. Here's a common scenario. You go to the Lord and you pray and say, Lord, I want to know your will. I want you to guide me. I want you to lead me. And I want you to just let me know that this is you and not a trick of the devil. So God answers your prayer. And then he opens a door for you, and you go through that door. And then you got through this door, and things really didn't work out as you would have liked them to work out. So you go back to the Lord and say, Lord, I don't know what happened, but obviously things are not working out. Could you please help me? I want to discern your will. I want to know where you're leading me. I know what the next step is. Please, Lord, hear my prayer. And the Lord does. He hears your prayer, and what does he do? He opens another door. And you go through this second door, and things work out. And you have peace, and you have joy, and you are being used of God, and you can see an opportunity for witnessing, and things are really working great. What is the most common understanding or comprehension or description of the door number one? What do most people think? You made a mistake, right? Wrong. You did not make a mistake at all. You did not make a mistake. Sometimes, in order for you to get through door number 2, God has to take you to door number 1. Door number 1 was the sovereign God's way of taking you to door number 2.